Hi there everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all enjoyed my previous video on interview tips you won't find on Google. This video will be on your first day. You've done your degree, you've finished college, you've done the interview, you've secured a graduate role or an apprenticeship role. After all that stress, it's important to understand that the hardest part is over. Relax. Now, just because the hard part is over doesn't mean you can take your foot completely off the gas. I think it's really valuable and important to treat your first day with as much care as you did the interview. Retain the same approach. Prepare for it. As I said, the hard part is finished, so this will be a sort of quick mini episode to reflect that. Without further ado, here are 3 tips for your first day. Number 1, introduce yourself to everyone. This is something I was made to do by my firm. On your first day, they walk you around and introduce you to every single person in your team/office, one by one, and you have a number of very awkward conversations. I've also sat and watched many new starters awkwardly introduce themselves and walk around and have the same conversation with each person they're introduced to. I, and they, were certainly not expecting that on their first day. So be prepared to, again, come with energy, come with some questions to ask your new colleagues. This shouldn't take long to prepare, it's a friendly conversation after all. Maintain your professionalism, be interested, and try not to look like you hate it too much. After all, we all know the importance of first impressions, so I don't need to go over that again. So view this as an opportunity to immediately gain trust, be liked, and start relationships with your new colleagues. If your company doesn't make you do this, my advice would be to do this yourself. Walk yourself around and introduce yourself to everyone. Number 2. Dress code. Recently, dress codes at work have completely changed to a slightly less formal attire, especially in consultancy. To sum it up, you can basically get away with not wearing a tie now. Again, first impressions, couple up with how you look with what you say, and you'll be sure to make a good first impression. It may sound silly pointing this out, but make sure you have at least one suit. I wore the same suit for a whole year when I was a graduate, and no one said anything, but make sure you have 2. One for the office and one for an important client meeting, and you should be okay. Now this is what I've eventually settled on. It's something that suits me. It's casual, but it's smart. But yeah, choose something that suits you and meets the dress code of your firm. Number 3, write down everything. This is the most important. You will simply not remember everything you're told on your first day. By writing it down, you'll be able to go back to it later to see anything you forgot. And typically on your first day, you'll be absolutely bombarded with training, tasks, and policies to get to grips with. Again, writing it all down leaves you something to reference later on when you inevitably forget what you're told. Also, writing things down while you're being told them shows that you're engaged with what you're being told, and this gives off a good impression to your line manager. This will help you to complete your tasks in an organised manner, and it's generally good practice going forward. And that's all for today, a slightly shorter, sharper episode for this one. Enjoy your first day, and be sure to implement some of the tips I've mentioned in this video. Next time we'll be looking at the APM and RICS professional bodies, and what you need to do to become a member. I really look forward to any feedback you have on my tips, and as always, if you have any of your own, please leave them down in the comments, as I'll be reading all of them, and no doubt I'll learn something new. Thanks for watching, consider giving this video a like if you enjoyed, and subscribing if you would like to see more.